Dwight Ross, the Barrelman again. You don't know. It is a good day to be alive. Any day above ground is a good day. You know what I mean? So that because the Bible says once there is life, there is hope. You know what I'm saying? But right now, you know what I mean, I still believe that we need to really, you know, put forward a strong response, you know, to what is happening with this crime situation. And I am listening to the Minister of National Security and the suggestions that he is putting forward. And I am still not impressed because I think he's missing the mark. You understand? Last night, yesterday, 2 missionaries were killed. You know, persons who left from the U.S. to come and help. You know, persons who are less fortunate. They were killed by elements, you know what I mean, the bad elements of Jamaica. You know what I mean? No, you know when these things go overseas, it is going to be embellished, it is going to be, you know, trashed, and the country is going to be put down, you know what I mean, by the Western media. Now, condolences to the family members, you know what I mean, and friends of these 2 missionaries who came and they sacrificed time from their family, from their homeland, to be here in Jamaica to help, you know, poor people and people who can't help themselves, and yet it seems as if they were turned upon by elements, you know what I mean, within that kind of circle. And it is very unfortunate. But the National Security Minister come and say, here what, I'm going to look and see what are the legal, you know, humbug out there that have to do with implementation of hanging. Now we say hanging is not a deterrent to crime, will never be a deterrent to crime. Prison will never be a deterrent to crime, because prison always about and people still commit crime. Let me tell you, people don't say why they need to stop, because a man can go kill a man and the chances of him getting caught is slim. And if he's caught, the chances of him being convicted in a timely manner is worse or slim. You know what I'm saying? There is where needs to be fixed. There is where needs to be fixed. We need to fix the justice apparatus. We need to fix the elements of the police force that have to do with intelligence gathering. We need to get our things more up to date. And if we cannot get it up to date, we see partners elsewhere in the world who have systems that are working, you know what I mean, and going to some agreement with them and going to some partnership with them to bolster the police force, because they are the first responders to crime. They are the ones who go on the scene. They are the ones who actually gather evidence, you know what I mean. And I feel like that aspect of it all the way through to the court system, you know what I mean, needs to be dealt with. Because if I feel like I can go kill somebody out there, so I can just come back in my house and sleep and watch TV and nothing happen, you know what I mean, I go deal with it that way there if I am so inclined. But thank God I am not that. I don't have that kind of inclination. And I'm saying, and right now, it's either we are short of the human expertise in Jamaica to really respond to this thing effectively. And if that is the case, I know there are many Jamaicans who have left Jamaica and gone into other countries and are playing significant roles, or have played significant roles in the security apparatus of these first world countries at a very high level and at a very effective standard. I am asking those persons, right, who maybe you have retired and you just have built back right now, to see how best you can lend your expertise, your technical expertise, your forensics expertise, you know what I mean, to the government of Jamaica. I'm asking the government of Jamaica to reach out, you know what I mean, to the diaspora of persons who are knowledgeable about security and crime and know to curtail and know to catch people. You know what I mean? Because the thing is that we're not catching them. And then when you catch them and if people feel like they want to come and give evidence, they don't even feel safe to give evidence because we don't have a good witness protection program, you know what I mean, that is sustainable and secure enough. Jamaica is a small country, you know, very, very small, and communities where these things are happen are even smaller. So people know people and know people and know people and know people. You know what I mean? So if me decide, say, me I go give evidence on somebody, chances are my dog will go dead the next morning if them can't find me. You know what I mean? So something needs to be done on that level so that justice can be done or even seem to be done, it'll take too long. You know what I mean? The police force, many people still don't trust the police force to give information to certain health and things at certain levels. You know what I mean? So the hanging is not the issue, my boss. You know what I mean? The man, them feel like them now get catch, much less hang. So focus. Get some help from elsewhere. If you cannot do it, look help. But right now, the thing I reached to a level right now, you know what I mean, where it can cripple any prospects of prosperity, any prospects of seeing growth rate of 5%, 6%, or even 2%. Because crime, anytime a nation is gripped by fear, that nation is stunted. Its progress is going to be stunted. Its movement is going to be stunted. So I'm calling on the Prime Minister, reach out to the diaspora, reach out to those persons who have security expertise on a higher level, you know what I mean, and get some help and advice. Co-op them on the board and on the systems and make we get this thing right, you know what I mean, so that people can feel free to say, yes, I'm going to give some information because that's what it too. Barrelman out. Condolences to the family members again of those two slain persons from the US, you know what I mean, and people do not get too carried away with how the US carry things sometimes, because now them are going to say Jamaica are the worst place on earth, while we know that compared to other countries, we don't murder and kill visitors more than the average country. You know what I mean? It is unfortunate. I'm really sorry to hear about it. But still, we know Jamaica. We know Jamaica what we are talking about. Barrelman out.